welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing my new Canon EOS M200 camera. So if you're interested in seeing an honest review, please keep watching. Just a little disclaimer before we begin. I'm trying to do a green screen, but if for some reason it doesn't work and you see me filming in front of a crushed green fabric, just bear with me. About a month ago, I purchased this Canon EOS M200 camera and I immediately did a review after day one. Luckily, I didn't upload it right away because after a month of using it, my opinions on this camera have definitely changed. Right now, I'm currently filming with a Canon EOS Rebel T1i, so I purchased this camera 10 years ago and I just thought it was time for an upgrade. I'm going to begin by showing you guys the exterior of the camera, and I will also be showing you some of the camera settings and the functions and how it works, and then I will move on to showing you actual examples of filming with the camera. To start off, I'm going to show you a little unboxing. You have the charger. The strap also comes inside the box and you have to attach it yourself. And the lens actually comes taken apart like so. And it comes with a cover on the front of the camera, as well as a cover on both ends of the lens. Also inside of the box, you will get a manual. So the camera itself comes with a 15 to 45 millimeter lens. It has a flip-up screen. This is my tripod stick. It has a little place on the bottom where you can attach it. Hold it like that. You vlog. I just realized this entire time I've had a huge wardrobe malfunction. So when you turn the camera on, you will see that all of the settings are on the screen. If you want to zoom in, zoom out, you do so holding the lens. And one thing I did notice about this camera is the settings are very simple, very basic. I think this is a perfect camera for somebody who's a beginner. The settings here, it just has video mode, it has camera mode, but you have the A+ mode. You turn the camera on and off. Right here it has an on and off button, which is a little bit difficult when you have nails because it's so tiny. At the side here is where you have your HDMI plug and all of that. You have your flash button, just pops the flash up like that. Here, when you open this little area, you have your memory card, which you just press it in and out to pop it in and out. And then on the bottom here, you just slide it, and that's where you put your battery. So very simple. When you turn on the camera, on the menu, you have shooting settings, where you just have the quality that you want to record in. It goes all the way up to 4K. You have shooting mode, self-timer, sound recording, lens, remote control, ISO, speed settings, all of that, white balance, where you can choose if it's daylight, shade, cloudy. The one thing I will say with this camera is the auto modes are not your friend. You really do need to kind of set everything to how you want it because it doesn't really adjust to auto settings that well. You have playback settings, Wi-Fi, you can connect to Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. That's one thing that I really needed in a camera. Function settings, so when you want to reset your memory card, you can format it. The beep sound, just all that basic stuff. And then you have your display level settings, so your menu and all of that. You can actually add filters on this camera as well if you want to shoot in black and white, if you want to shoot in embossed. It has a lot going on, but it's very, very simple. And then you also have all the settings on the back too. Once you flip it up, it automatically goes into selfie mode. Now I'm going to talk about the quality of the features. And don't worry, we're getting to the actual examples. I will be time-stamping everything in the description box below, so if you want to skip ahead or there's something specific you want to go to or that you think you missed, it will all be time-stamped. I've switched cameras and I'm now filming with the EOS M200. And this is the camera that I was filming on with before. So as you can see, this camera is a lot more heavy duty. It has a hand grip. It's a lot bulkier. It's just your typical DSLR camera, whereas this one is very compact and very delicate. That's one thing I'm very nervous about when it comes to using this camera. It is so delicate. I'm just scared that if I drop it, it will be destroyed. Whereas this one, I've dropped it over the years. It's lasted 10 years and it's never really broken. This one, if you drop it, pretty sure you're done. Before buying this camera, I watched maybe approximately 10 to 15 different review videos just to get an accurate representation of what I would be getting. The only way that you will know for yourself is when you buy it, because I received so many different opinions. People who were professionals, people who were first-time camera users, people who loved it, people who hated it, people who were comparing it to a camera that cost $2,000. That's not a fair comparison because this is a budget beginner camera. I say budget lightly because this camera wasn't cheap, but it is still in their lower line of cameras. I'm going to be giving you my complete, honest opinion on the way it takes photos, the way that it films, and the level of sound quality. In terms of filming, I think it's fantastic. The battery life is about 2.5 hours. The swiftness, the autofocus. In terms of taking photos, it does a really great job. I recently did a photo shoot for my sister's graduation and all of the photos were beautiful. They were great quality. You zoom in and you see every detail crystal clear, which we all want. The biggest issue that I have with this camera and why I decided to remake this video is the sound. I think it's very important to take time to get to know the camera and use it before you make a final decision. The sound quality on this camera is not really that great. I actually called Canon product support twice and spoke to 2 different people who didn't exactly know how to fix the issue. And when I went online and tried listening to sound samples of the Canon camera, I was hearing the thing that was my problem. So you will hear the difference in when I film with this compared to when I film with the Canon you want to go to or that you think you missed. It will all be time-stamped. I've switched cameras and I'm now filming with the EOS M200. I did change the settings on sound. There aren't really that many options, but I did change it to try to improve the sound, and I did try to lower the ISO. Sound is very important to me, and that's the one thing that I'm kind of torn between when it comes to this camera. So you guys kind of see what I mean, right? That could be a very big deal breaker for a lot of people. And this camera does not have an output for an external mic. So whatever the sound is that this camera comes with, you're basically stuck with it, which is a little bit of an issue. So I'm gonna do a couple exercises where I'll show you the speed of the camera's autofocus. I'm just gonna run back and forth a couple times like a crazy person, just so you guys can really get an idea of how this camera works. It focuses pretty quickly. So one thing that you can actually enable on your camera is, besides focusing on your face, you can enable eye autofocus. So even if it can't pick up your face sometimes, once it picks up your eyes, you're in focus. And it takes absolutely no time to do so. Jump down. Focuses on your eyes and your face. I almost forgot. Before I go, I do want to show you guys how this video would look without the green screen behind me. So you can see more of a realistic version of the colors and how everything really is. By the way, there is something called portrait mode, which is a setting on this camera where you can have it focus on you and blur everything in the background out. So I think I've showed you guys enough about this camera. I am not a professional. I'm just somebody with a love of photography and a love of cameras, and I wanted to share this with you because I want people to know what they're really getting when they buy this camera. An honest review, a real review, a review with examples, a review using the camera and not using the camera, so you get a comparison of both. I'm out of breath after all that reviewing. I really hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please remember to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, you know, if you want, just do it. I really hope it helped with your decision-making process on whether or not you want to buy the Canon EOS M200 camera, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.